pick up your phone, and the guy himself, a bad man, bad character. Monopoly, the bad character. Not forgetting my sister from another mother. That is the lady herself, Asha DMK. Remember the last time I talked about Asha DMK? So many people had a lot of talking points. People ask questions. People ask questions. But of course, she's the Buffalo Queen. And as it stands right now in Germany, when it comes to female artists that we have in the whole entire West Nile, the only active that I can see that at least they have tried, even if when you try going to their followings, you'll understand that these are the people who have a lot of followings. We're talking about Asha DMK, we're talking about Fifi Music, Fifi Music herself. They have a lot of followings. That is when you try looking into their socials. Saj MC remains my name. We have seen a lot of bloggers, bloggers all over the world who are doing great job. I want to congratulate and applaud. That is the guy himself, Spraga Promotion. Spraga is one guy. Spraga is one guy who is trying to make sure that the northern music, most especially, I don't really know where he only does it only in Gulu. But of course, one of these days he has to tell me, whether it's only focusing on Gulu artists, other than, because when you talk about northern Uganda, West Nile is also in between northern Uganda. But I pray that maybe this year he take that upon himself, because I remember sometimes back, Spraga himself, he visited Arua when he came for some serious event. He had, he was behind Harmonize, and I love the fact that it went through well, and that was a good thing. So I thought from there I would pick up from there, to get closer to some of the artists within West Nile, within Arua sub-region, so that maybe one or two things, maybe you'll be blogging, talking, giving stories about these artists. But ever since I've been following this guy seriously, keenly, but I've not seen, I've never come across him talking about West Nile music industry, maybe interviewing one of the West Nile guys, West Nile artists. We have seen so many artists in West Nile who sometimes even go to Gulu. If I'm told it's very hard to come from Gulu because it's very expensive. Sometimes you traveling all the way from Gulu just come and host somebody, how hard it can be sometimes. But of course, it takes upon the person who wants, like maybe an artist, if you want to penetrate the other side, it's now. You take it upon yourself as an artist to conquer those areas by at least reaching to those bloggers one by one, one by one. I want to say thank you so much, my brother Spraga. All of you have really given us a reason to talk. So many of us, we do get a lot of things maybe through your socials and the rest of the things. But of course, all in all, thank you so much for being there for the Gulu guy for Madit Omer and Berukenyi okay neno mot kumalomi Uganda watika tute mero ni music mamegwa luo music generally ke neno northern Uganda ki West Nile, these are all Luo speakers. Watika tute mero ni mineno ni music mamegwa we mo wagoni o Kisumu. PNK neno motwatiki Luo speakers magiti yung Kisumu kuno, they listen to our language. They also dance to our tune. Neno mot way more pariki bad, Gid mo kikena mini. Those were the songs. Those are the songs. Sometimes when you go away, ni dana doctor can dana beberu kameteka enjoying way Lego ni. Dan when come me northern Uganda, kano waripe, kano watute waripe chingwa en karachelo. Binoni, there will be no finger pointing, Loko mo magichimu wangdana ni nero West Nile music, West Nile northern Uganda, way more peraye. Makai nero mod, way magiloni pure music. What they call pure music come from northern Uganda. Take for example, take your time and listen to the northern music keenly. Listen to the songs that comes from West Nile. The Lights of James Kennedy, The Lights of Lucky D, The Boss. We have seen Dwayne Cabana there. Starboy Jr. mentioned but few. The Laxi Mover, Eddie Weezy, the Lyrical, Ricky Bad. There are very many. Listen to their songs. The Lucky Boss Miko team, the guys who rose up the flag. We have seen, yes, the Oshad Raymond, though they are not doing well though they are no longer in the music industry. But take for example, give it your time to listen to their music. You'll get to understand that the purity of music, purity. I say this without fear or favor. Purity from northern Uganda. When you want to get real content, real music, art in the music industry, then definitely you need to listen to northern Uganda music. Then you will get to understand that it's really, 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 really beautiful. But of course, away from that, I didn't really know that my brother, Pato Loverboy could rhyme, or let me say on a live band like that. Over the weekend, there was, talking about, we're talking about reggae festival. The way this guy, Kiramanyeru, the microphone, I was so surprised, way more. Some of the songs he sang that I've never heard, I've never listened to those songs. But Kenero, the guy flew very well. The way he was flowing on the microphone, the live band thing. The last time we met with the Patrol Lover Boy, it was when he came to support a sister. That is Maya Keys for the concert, the 5 years music vibe. It was in Navy IB's official. I was the host of that very particular concert. We felt like it should be, but of course, it all comes back to hard work. When you put much effort into your work, trust me, there will be no blockage. I mean, no blockage. So all you need to do is that whatever you're trying to put your fingertip on, make sure that you do the right thing so that you get to reap from that what you've been doing from day one till that very particular time. Sergeant remains my name, Pato Lover Boy. I really want to say thank you so much for giving me the vibe. I've been listening to your songs, the way we are rhyming, the way you were flowing on a live band, telling the guy to change this, to change that, the performing vibe alone, like the energy you did put in that, it was really so marvelous. I didn't know where it was, but from the look of the things, it looks as if it was in Acholi Inn. Because Acholi Inn is my favorite place. When I go to Gulu, Acholi Inn is where I relax, because it's a place where they call it no man's land. That is me. I call it no man's land because when you get in there, whatever you want, you'll always get it right there. Sergeant MC remains my name, the only guy that speaks in capital letter. Today we have a lot of talking points. As a fresh week, Monday like this, make sure that we blaze and we ring the bell. Start times at channel 477, Zuku Satellite channel 0073, Azam TV channel 369. Let's go for the music break. And when we bounce back, we have a lot of talking points. And, most of late, we love talking about, 80% Northern Uganda. And then maybe we skip in to talk about other people. But anyway, other we cut across, into other places. We jump into the entire Uganda as we do the celebrity gossip. Sergeant, let's go for the music break. The boy, I know you know what to do.
Party, girl, party mixing no party mixing no party, girl, party mixing.
But it's all for move your body. You need to move your body. It's a dance tune right in there. I know you guys have been loving all these things. Party, move your party. Everything nowadays that people are singing is all about body. When you don't sing about the body, don't expect more attention from the people out there. People sing about the body, and I love the creativity in that very particular video. Because talking about the body, it's for people talk about body. When you're singing your song and you don't put in body. It's also another question to be talked about maybe in the next hour or in the next minute. Songs are just something else. But of course, away from that, you see, being a leader, sometimes you need to be so intelligent in a way that you need to be knowing how you can handle situations when it comes to a situation, how you can handle situations and times. We have seen some leaders, when they hear something about maybe a subject in between, that it sits around him, you find somebody babbling, goes to social media and do a lot of things, go to social media, say, in my camp, I have so and so, it's so arrogant, so and so does this, so and so is doing that, so and so is doing that. You know, it's good sometimes. Ka ignore ni ti la tela mo iken mai ti ka telo dano kaka mo iken kai ti ka telo dano. Gin mi kwa me achelo mi ngeni dano mai ti ka telo neni. You know, man to human being, they make mistakes at times. So when a human makes mistakes. So when a mistake is done, maybe a mistake is already made. There's no way for you as a person, as a leader, to go babbling. You know, you go on social media, you try it, you want to explore everything because you are the leader now. You take it upon yourself to, you know, to explore everything on social media before you getting to analyze or getting the talking points within that perimeter. Maybe call the parties and talk to them and ask them what happened exactly. But I love the fact some of the leaders, they're very intelligent. I want to give applause also to my brother, that is Laximuva. Laximuva is the president of Federation in Gulu, the president of the artists, Laximuva. Yeah, Laximuva over there is the president of the artists in Gulu. In Gulu. Because the federation itself, as an association, they have their branches in every corners. And in all these corners, they have their presidents, you know, in all the corners. Like for Arua, as it stands, I don't know whether they have already changed. Maybe we have an interim because I used to know James Kennedy. And maybe side they also have, and that's how Eddie Kenzo said it. Ajumani should have their own group with their president. Gulu should have their own groups with their president. Then at the same time, Aluru Sabri, the greater Aluru, they should also form a group. That is, there's a group called Grammar. So after forming that group, there's Grammar, there's Gamma of Arua. Yeah, Gamma of Arua. There's Grammar of Arua. Then we're talking about Grammar, that is of the Greater Nebi. I don't know whether the Madisa region, I don't know whether they have also, you know, formed their own group, but I love the fact that there was a fight between that is Kasid Puma, because there was a fight between Kasid Puma and Jelly J, you know, you know, towards the end of last year. There was a fight between them, but of course he took it upon himself. People have been asking, why is it that these people and so many, like people have been talking. There was a lot of talking point that Laximuva wants to arrest the likes of Puma and Jelly J as a leader because he's the chap. Let me say he's the president of that of the artists in Gulu. So now that is what we're talking about. That one there, or we talking about Kasid Puma and that is. We're talking about Kasid Puma and my brother, that is Jelly J. I wish my brother, the boy, the baddest producer, I wish you put the two pictures so that people get to understand, because they might not know. We have I wish you put the two pictures right on the screen if possible. All right. Okay. So now there was a wrangles between these two guys, you know. Of which, being a leader, you as a leader, sometimes you need to know how to overtake, or you know how to handle certain situations. So, my brother, Laximuva, you are really indeed a leader, because people were expecting, like the talking points. People were talking about, you know, they wanted you to go and arrest there were a lot of rumors that you wanted to arrest them or what. But I love the fact that you kept it quiet. Not till up to the time you were given the chance to talk about it. When you talked about it, when you had already solved the issue. When you had already solved the issue, that's when you talked about it. That shows maturity in leadership. So you see, in the music industry, we have a lot of guys. We have a lot of loopholes in the music industry. There are those ones who come with the intention of building the industry. There are those ones who, when it comes to grouping, like maybe an association, there are those ones who come with the intention of building. And we have those ones who come with the intention. Their intention is to make sure that they bring the katogo between the artists. They spoil, they maneuver and spoil everything in the association. So that it takes a strong leader to conquer all that. And how do you conquer that? It's when you have the maturity. You have a brain that works. Brain like the one of Laximuva, as being, is an artist. And as we speak right now, he has a new jam, Kwadong Yotata. Kwadong Yotata, Kwadong Yotata, these guys, they used to be in the same camp with Kassid Puma. They used to be in the same camp with Kassid Puma. So when Kassid Puma left, people thought maybe Laxi Mover. That is people's assumption. They thought maybe Laxi Mover won't do great again. But of course, they decided to come up with a song that is Kanyong, Kwadong Yot Mo Madong Pelar. Because at the back of it, Nyo Daram Kene Kagenero, Beru King Atomo, Chino Bino Weke, Kinuda Bino Ngako, Matiri, like Pokeo, distance more doni Kino Matiri, Dan Wang Tawaningo, Ni Johnny Dum Peggy Loho, Johnny Dum, like Kingino Pepe, this guy, in the Pobe Mete Katem Titmabe. No, Tampadano. No people are tamgi, Patula Bay, Mano tamgi, Dan town, look at Dan Tampa Dano pat. Only Anbertica Tama pat, only MC young money, but Tamati dog my pat. Dan went tea kitama pat. Kane, but only Tama pat, okay, me or car, only no need your own method of Kebalo down. Okay, walk in, walk doggy. Mandari Ibirga team Titmatira in the music industry, trust me, we shall always grow. That's why I was like saying together, Karashel what you put on, Kao what you poke chingwa, what on Gungu. Ario, Lebemoku Chekeni, Nwani Pulpadano, what you could blog as Moku Gitie ku specific Dana Magibe blogging Kumge, but they are forgetting the ethics. Gitika Wigi will. Ikumle mak matire cha mak na ngitim. Ene kay nen moti tegem doke kum blogging. The more you go abroad with your blogging, the more you get the followings. The more you talk about other people on your socials. Other people in that very particular area, they will get to understand and they will try to analyze that this person stays in Gulu. But the person is talking about somebody deep in Madisa region. Deep in Lubara, deep in Alur. Who could be this person? You'll find that's one way or the other that you'll get to understand. Same apply to some of the mainstream medias, like the West Night Television. If you play the Lingala music, trust me, the people in Congo, they will get to understand that, mbona watu hizi wa West Night Television, watu ya Uganda, mbona wanapiga mimbo yetu sana hivi. Utapata hata kama watu wanakaa hapo kwa Bunya, isipokuwa hapo kwa Bunya tunaona ati kuna network problem. Lakini zaidi ya watu hao wanaona television. Sasa hapo kama unapiga mimbo ya wajamaa hizi, unapiga mimbo ya watu ya kutoka kwa Kenya, na wa Kenya ndio watasema ati mbona hii television ya Uganda inapiga ngoma yetu? Sababu gani wacha na sisi wenyewe pia tumpe support kwa hao watu. Unajua hiyo ndio namna vile one or the other unapata kama connection. Zaidi ya watu wanapenda. Unaweza pata connection kwa namna hiyo. Unaona mtu mwingine anakaa kwa Kitgum huko, kwa village nyingine, fasi nyingine, remote area kwa Kitgum. Lakini akisha usikia tu huko nazungumza na jina yake, kesho au huko nacheza mimbo yake, kesho atatoka pia ataenda kwa mwingine, atasema tu unajua nini? Kuna television nyingine wanaita West Night Television. Kama unaona hiyo TV kutoka muda saa hivi kwenda saa hivi, what is wanapiga mimbo kama hii. Go away, man, kiman. So you'll find that connectivity, the connection itself, it builds on the followings. So let's learn not to only circle our area of operation alone. Let's go broad when you're talking about our things. So most especially this message comes to the Northerners. The Northerners, let's join hand. Don't only talk about the person who always eats with you on the same plate. The person, get to, cross the border, cross the districts, cross the country. People will get to understand and want to know who that very person is. And when they get to realize about you, boom, before you knew it, you'll be glittering. You understand? You'll be glittering as if you're using... So music itself is a broader. Let's not be stingy with ourselves. Let's talk. let's get music. Just like there's one guy in Bunya, in Mahagi. Let me say in Mahagi. Jaloka chele Mahagi kenyete Victor it's very hard to pronounce that whether in French, something to do with Eza Ed, something like that. When you look at music in a Luru sub-region, the music itself in a Luru sub-region, it has circled on that part. The guys in Jomadong, Awia Kongo, Awia Kongo, go with my people are loving their art. Don't go with Mamegi. Don't in case don't give it to Atlemangonde. Some of in the day in Kukumi. Take your time, focus, be focused, and creative. If you're creative, trust me, you have nothing to worry about. That is all about the music itself. So now, leadership, I am talking about leadership. So now let's talk about this. I would want not only, I would request that our leaders of the federation, they should take that footsteps of my brother, that is Laxi Mover. They should get to understand that before something is laid out, the people who are just internals, they should first talk about it, get to analyze, maybe get the parties. Maybe like, let me give for an example. Jem kene kayo zinu subla kidibe. Ya zene site ko mini yodi muzo pere social media mini dozo yodi kinchezo dokini inira Jim Kennedy iriba bogoni iri legend tag odovini ya zene ki ile ki yoda drikini mako mivini mu social media. No, as a leader, le mimi sunga misa idunga badi ki parties iriba iridiki da after example ya Jim Kennedy lucky dive. So idunga bada ki mi idunga balo bada pima seleda iringa bada ma story. Ika the story da yeridebo idu dinga zin avini. Avini story dai. Story de ki ka this story ridiki yeridebo mi dinga avini mu river as a leader. Mini tezo ba di chepere. Mi dinga avini mu river, you analyze. Mi dinga avini yonche yodi matria. Other than me really as anywhere else is the material because James Kennedy is a Lokbara, Lucky D is an Aluru artist from Aluru sub-region, from Greater Luru. I think I've been all you're the kids before tenga podium musungata yoda ma period aku yoda kionje says Maria. So we get to analyze before you get something, maybe before you say something on social media as a leader, think. Because whatever you say will be used against you. If not now, but in the near future. So let's be vigilant in whatever we do each and every single time. Because whatever you do now, you'll repeat later. Because it will always follow you. You as many years as the Kaigayo that it's only me vuti biku iringa mi vuti bira. So tenga puri yonga yoda binga mi vuti ko. Me think yeah? As a leader. This is a message to the leaders, and I love the fact that Laxi Mover, you really prove to these people that you are a real leader. So keep it right there. I wish that you sensitize some of the leaders also. Federation should maybe organize a meeting for sensitization so that they sensitize these leaders. They talk up to the leaders and get to understand, these leaders one by one. So James, let's go for the music break. And when we bounce back, remember, Yetunde had their awards. Yetunde Media is one blogging social media platform in Madi sub-region. They had their award that over the weekend. But of course, in the last hour of the show, we shall be giving you the stories because a lot of talking points. People are complaining. The complaints are coming from different corners, and more so. The female are one of the female artists among the female artists that were nominated among the female artists that were nominated. So one was so bitter about that, but of course in the last hour of the show, we shall make sure that we play for you the video, you listen to yourself, and you also analyze and maybe talk about that. But for now, let's first go for the music break, and when we bounce back, that would be our talking point, and talking about the guy himself. Fefe Bushi in his top 10 in his top 10 rappers in East Africa. He did mention one of the Northern Uganda artists in his top 10, the rap guys in the whole of East Africa. So it's a good thing when you're being recognized by a fellow artist, being given the flowers when you're still alive. Trust me, that is a good thing. So MC, let's first go for a music break, and when we bounce back, keep it right there.
Let's go. Chaluka manenungo ukenu mingo mudaruso udarungo nangu metu make you mingo mudarungo bad mind
people. Right, I'm not kidding with the bad mind people. Really, you know that they have the bad energy. There's a lot of bad energy sometimes, so we need to put it musically so that people get to understand that when you have bad, something just something to do with bad heart, it's not a good thing. We all need to embrace love and work together. That's all I can tell you. And I will be always telling you that each and every single day. Let's embrace love. Let's not blow the trumpet without something like that. We should always blow the trumpet of love. And trust me, it will be one way or one good thing that we can embrace in the development of the industry. It's only when we love each other. But of course, aside MC remains my name, the only guy that speaks in capital letter. Remember, I did tell you that in the last hour of the show, we're going to be talking about the Madi music itself, Madi music, and here comes. Last month, we had an event that this is the fourth or fifth time that it has ever been happening each and every single year. They have never missed ever since they started giving the award to giving the flowers, to the people who deserves the flowers. This is the fourth or fifth time, if I'm not mistaken, of which they have been constantly there doing things. But this time around, a lot of things happened. So many artists wanted to withdraw there were so many artists, they were complaining that they needed their songs to be withdrawn from the nomination. Very many artists, actually they complain about that. This comes back to the organizer. You see, I don't know the criteria of getting someone's songs involved in the nomination. Let me say, getting someone's songs nominated. The criteria. Is it you as the organizer? Do you first reach out to the artist before putting the specific song to be nominated? Or you just go on social media, you download the songs and you drop them there? We have seen in that very category, there was no MC. But of course, not until one guy also, one radio host, one show host, and of course came up with that at least, let me tell you, there's no any event that can go successfully without MC, without DJs. So even if you're doing your award, you don't want to include the DJs and the MCs, trust me. People who knows music, they'll just look at you as a joker. Because you cannot tell me any entertainment without involving MCs and the DJs. What will it make? Because even the artist goes on the stage to sing when the DJ plays the music. The artist goes on the stage when MCs invites the artist. So when you don't involve MCs in all these journeys, trust me, then definitely you should be called a real joker. Not this playing card joker, a real joker in the industry, somebody who is just trying to learn the industry. So they did the mistake they started by not putting the MCs in that category. That was the first one of the biggest mistakes they ever did. And secondly, putting artists' songs without their notice. That was another thing that I didn't expect from them. But of course, all in all, let's first watch this video from one of the ladies, that is Fifi Music, because she was one of the ladies whose songs was the song that they refused to nominate one of the songs because that the song she did it with Andona. That is a Nyanya. That song was cancelled out because she did it with Andona. Andona is not a Madi. That was the reason. So let's first listen to this video, and then maybe we can share idea after listening to the video. The video is dropping right on your screen. Let's first listen to the video. We watch it keenly and observe. Let's just pick those words. I remember the last time I talked about Asha, I talked about Fifi. She went also on TikTok and talked ill about Saj. But of course, later did she know that when she realized that Saj was right and whatever I said about her helped her. But this time around, I don't even have something to say about this, but I don't blame her. This time around, I support her 100% of coming up with that complaint. Now, of course, let's first watch the video.
Hold on, he owned the song. And the team realized that you featured on Donna and he owned the song. Hold on, he owned the song. This song is a collaboration. Do you know what a collaboration is? So that's not a valid point. Yes, we own the song together. The song is Nyanya, Fifi Music, and Andona. Oh, Andona featuring Fifi Music featuring Andona. So I don't understand when you say owned the song. It did not meet the criteria. How? Because this award is only for Madi Music. I myself, I am a Madi artist. So you're telling me if I wake up and work with Omega 256 this year, and we have a very big collabo in the entire West Nile or Northern Uganda, you're not going to, nominate it because it don't meet criteria. And this song, and you see, Omega is not a Madi, so we are for Madis. When will we ever grow? By the way, we should stop thinking like that. We need to stop, we need to start thinking outside the box. We want the music industry of Madi to grow. How are we thinking that, because you see, Andona is Arua and we are thinking about Madi, and we think we are going to grow? Do you know why we have less than 2 Madi artists who can sing outside Ajumani and Moyo? Because of this kind of thinking. So when I say I wonder the team that you have, these are the things that I'm talking about. Because if you sit as a whole team and this is what you come up with, the other points that I find valid is the song I did with Danny Boy wasn't nominated, I understand. Yes, and the one for Scope Dawn, because it was released late, they told me it's supposed to be like 4 months. And you say 4 months, but other songs you nominated were done in December, you get. But that one, I don't really care about it, it is okay. But for this reason, we need to style up and wake up. Yes, and there is no way. That is why, if you guys did not find it right to nominate this song in the collaboration of the year or the video of the year, it is okay. But then you should not have you should not have nominated me as the best female artist of the year, because then I do not deserve to be there. Do you understand my point? Because there is no way you're going to nominate somebody as the best female artist of the year because they've been all over, because they've been performing. It's not about the performing. Because even an artist who has been in the industry and they have not had songs for 5 years can be booked. You understand? I was booked the entire year. Not because I had new music, because of the brand that I have, yes? Or because you have a fan base, you understand? So it does not work like that. I think you need women in your team, because I doubt if you have any. Or you need more people. You need to reshuffle, please. Anyways, think outside the box. I wish you well. I wish the event well. And yes, let's let the people continue supporting you. And all the criticism we're giving you is constructive, is only for you to grow. We need to put the ego and the pride aside and we start to analyze the real things. At the end of the day, if we want the Madi music to grow, when you say Madi music to grow, I didn't think you're talking about Madi music to grow, Ajumani Arua, Ajumani Moyo and Obongi. I thought we want to grow across borders. If you're not growing even across districts, what about borders? When will we ever cross Karuma? When? Even our neighbors here, it is hard for Madi artists to go and perform there. And you're talking about, this is Madi musical. No. So you're in the media and your entire team, sit down, rethink, think outside the box. Thank you. I think this will be my...
And of course, you see the lady herself, and this time around, I'm fully in support of this lady. You can't really just circle only Madi music, and yet you want the music to go across the borders, across the district, and you only circle only Madi. The song she did with the Danny Boy, me myself, if you ask me to nominate that song, say definitely. If you had nominated that song, I would say, you thought out of the box. But for the song with Andona 256, that song, they owned the song. Both of them worked hard to make sure that that song came out. So how can you just sideline that song because Andona comes from Arua district? No, it doesn't work like that. In the music industry, it's high time that we need really to to raise up. We need really to do the right thing at the right time. We should not only stick within our circle. I've always been telling you this. Let's not only stick within our circle. Let's get to understand that music itself, it's not only for the Lubaras. Music itself is not only for the Alurus. Music itself is for the entire people who listen to the music. Now you're circling only in the Madi subregion. How will you cross the district? How will you cross the border? Here, I support you, my sister, 100%. And I wish that the people who are behind that, they should first come and sit down and rectify that. Maybe they should reshuffle, the whole thing, because it's not the right thing to do. Maybe we pray that in the next edition, maybe the next edition would be something bigger than this. But for this one, I really seriously disagree with them not nominating that song because that person comes from the other side. Now there's the same song, the same lady, she has a song with Man CJ, that is Man CJ. The song just dropped some 2 months ago, and meaning that you are trying to restrict the Madi artists from doing collaboration with other artists outside there, maybe from networking with other artists out there, which is not a good thing. So we need to learn how to do the right thing at the right time. Saj MC, still remains my name. I will only remain the capital guy. I always say things. We do always talk not out of the box. We talk things that can build the industry. And in case maybe you happen to take it the other way around, I would also say maybe you didn't get it right. But of course, Fifi, thanks a lot for making them understand. I believe that right now they are now thinking, they are analyzing what you have just said, which is the truth. We need to network. We cannot only stick to West Nile or Northern Uganda. We need to see guys move across the border. Saj MC remains my name, and of course it has been a wonderful time having good time with you people. We did talk about a lot of issues concerning the music industry, but this time around I've reached to a point that I'm gonna say bye-bye. But of course I'm saying bye-bye in style. Saj MC, continue watching Western Television on Star Times at channel 477, on Zuku Satellite at channel 0073, Azam TV channel 369. You can as well follow us live each and every single day from Monday up to Friday. That is on YouTube from 5 p.m. till the hour of us. This time, 7. That's when we always sign out. From me to you, it's a bye-bye. Let's see you tomorrow. Same time, same television. Keep it right there.